What is up, everybody? Good morning. It is July 2nd. We are right around the corner from 4th of July, a holiday weekend here in the US. It is raining here on the East Coast, so I got my comfy hoodie on, got some coffee in me. I'm ready to go. A lot of news to cover, not a ton of price action outside of kind of punks right now. But yeah, let's hop into it. You're probably seeing a lot of stuff if you've been on Twitter already about Zed Run because, well, they essentially had a lot of drama on their previous drop and they said, hey, we're going to fix it. Don't worry. We're going to give away $1 million worth of horses. If you interacted with the contract, you're very likely to win. And that was great. Everybody was very excited for this. They handled it very well. Only to drop the ball on the recovery. Last night around 2 a.m. Eastern Time, they sent every single person on their emailing list an email saying, congratulations, you are a winner. Click here to claim the horse. I don't know, I think I got the email like 30 minutes later. Yeah, I got the email 30 minutes later, like, hey, we accidentally sent the email to every single person, so you might not have won a horse, sorry. And there it was just like, "Hey, sorry, apologies, like we screwed up," like. And I think it's a mistake. It's an honest mistake. Like all business owners and projects make mistakes, but that was probably the worst time to make a mistake. Doing something to recover from another mistake. So on their blog post, if you go to community.zed.run, there will be a link to an article where they explain the winners are. You can control F. So last night I got the email and I was really excited. I don't have a horse. I wanted to jump in for a while. Then I got the email that you had to go check. So, really excited. Then I got kind of pissed. Control F to find out that I actually didn't win a horse. Was kind of bummed about that. Woke up this morning, Control F. Now my address is in there. So now I'm winning a horse. So roller coaster of emotions from Zed Run. I do worry about the people who didn't have a horse, got the email, and then still don't have their address on the blog post. Josh Ong making a good take here that it's a colossal mistake, lots of errors. I will say though that these things happen, but when they happen so often in such a repetitive order that customers and community members are going to get upset. And this is probably the funniest take of the morning from aleak.eth. Uh, when I die, I want the Zed Run team to lower me into my grave so they can let me down one last time. That's hilarious. I hope that everybody in the Zed Run community does figure out what they have going on. Certainly a fun game for what it looks like. I'm excited to get involved. Yesterday, I dropped a Twitter thread talking about all of the improvements for Twitter. I just wanted to touch on this because a lot of information has kind of come to me through various sources on this. It does seem that Twitter is putting a lot of effort into spaces, which the thread touches on. Essentially, the thread says like, NFT community would like to see a way to link, display your wallet, verify NFT ownership on Twitter, be able to use spaces with a hub, and then also have spaces recording and live stream integration. There's also a discussion about having blue check marks verified, buying Discord, which a lot of people took stances on for good and bad, as well as ENS domain integration. Yeah, so we did see Justin Taylor reach out to me and say that Twitter Spaces Hub is in development. That is in beta, and we should see something soon. I do know Twitter's putting a lot of effort into Spaces, which is great because that is probably one of the most underrated features of Twitter right now. Punk's Comic has Ape Madness round 2 going on. I am in round 2 against Marley. G Mars is a really cool person. Only has like 160 followers, but has a cool ape. Has been super kind to me throughout this matchup so far. If you're not following G Mars, go give them a follow. It would mean a lot to me. And if you haven't, go vote in the contest. You don't have to vote for me. You can vote for Marley. It doesn't matter. Vote for who you like. But I do hope you guys go engage with this community, voting and it's a cool thing about NFTs and the NFT community that we have these kind of interactive stuff going on, and there's these projects that want to hear back from the community. So that's very cool. Like I said, round two started with 64 down to the round of 32. And there's a lot of good matchups. I know Tropo Farmer is also here against Benjamin, so that'll certainly be an interesting matchup. Lots of cool stuff happening there. Also, cool stuff happening in spaces, as I mentioned earlier. There was a space last night with DSFI. I know Miscop was in there. Yuppie was in there. There's a lot of really cool people in the spaces. But somebody brought up a article that I read at the beginning of this year, which is called Convex and Concave Dispositions. I know a lot of people are going to be traveling this weekend. This is worth a read from Vitalik on his blog. I suggest everybody just takes a moment to read through it and educate yourself a little more running into the weekend. For sales from yesterday, we saw Sotheby's close out the 5 sealed punks. These were punks that came with a paper printed frame. There was an envelope that gave you the key to the wallet, and you could go and claim that punk. These are all in, looks like British pounds. So all of these multiply by 1.3, I think. So these are all like $200,000 sales. I've noted that this probably got stolen. This albino cop for about $200,000 is probably a good steal. But yeah, that was so there was some price action on the punks yesterday, which was exciting. We also saw this sale come walking through the door for 400 ETH, which is just under $1 million at $850,000. This punk zombie sold with an eye patch, and everybody's excited. NFTs are clearly not dead. Lots and lots of money being spent. There was a really funny thread of people saying they still don't get these punks and these NFTs, and it's money laundering. So it just shows again that we are very early in this game and nothing has ended. Also talking about exclusive punks, there was some drama yesterday regarding an alien punk, which somebody I think just uploaded to Foundation. It wasn't real. It's just an image upload. They were using it as a profile photo and obviously getting a lot of crap for it. But then we saw Larva Labs issue a DMCA, and out of probably one of the funniest things is the person just turned around and uploaded the DMCA as an NFT. Already has a 1.11 ETH bid from Trill. So that's pretty funny. I love that Trill's bid on that. This person's also using this as their profile photo in place of that fake punk. So a little bit of drama yesterday, but cool to see Larva Labs protecting their IP. And cool stuff. Also worth noting, Pop Wonder, who has done some really cool stuff in the metaverse and has some really cool art. A lot of cool one-of-ones, and they also have open editions out. They're from Oregon, and they do these like comic, kind of like cartoonish drawings that just have like a retro kind of feel to them. Really cool stuff. I hope if you haven't taken a chance to go check it out. I am a fan. Pop Wonder also jumping into 3D Gang with a Bored Ape Yacht Club purchase yesterday. So cool to see more and more people jumping into the space for the apes. Crypto Beast also announcing a major announcement for their first partnership, one of two that they announced yesterday. Crypto Beast will have a collaboration with Wicked Craniums. There can be more details coming out, but for what I know, it's a partnership, and they will announce it all on their Discord. So Crypto Beast is just like blowing up. Really cool to see for Tommy and Dom, who I've talked to a lot about this project and understood like the development process and the art and what they're trying to do as far with the white paper. So congrats to them. Exciting to see that success. Yesterday was Dow Day. Jacob Martin putting out some really good information in a Spaces yesterday. Also providing some information that DAOs are there's a legal side to this. You can't just go form a DAO and think it's not going to be like regulated and there's not like risk involved. So certainly consult with a lawyer. And if you're going to consult any lawyer, certainly DM Jacob. He's one of the best, super kind guy, cool, and knows a lot. So yeah, DAOs are going to be around. It's a big thing. I don't think people realize that being parts of DAOs and getting into these DAOs early is going to be a significant thing in 5 to 10 years. Looking at the floor action real quick and where things stand, Bored Ape Yacht Club still at 3, but we are seeing lots of sales roll in the 3 to 5 Ethereum range. Bored Ape Kennel Club still sitting low, not as much price action though. I do just see people trying to match their dogs. That's really the only area I see a lot of purchases coming in. So if you're at like the premium side of things, we're not seeing those sales. And if you have a dog that has features that aren't present on apes, so like if you have a dog with flippers and a basketball hoop and a rocket launcher, because I guess there's not a pairing there, we're not seeing that same liquidity with some of the dogs that have like pairable features. So just something to consider. The one project that I'm really kind of waiting on that we saw this week drop to see the long-term play out is the Forgotten Runes Wizards Cult, just because of kind of like the story and the UI to the drop. A lot of effort was put into this. So I do have, I have hopes, but it's interesting when you purchase a project right now and you see the floor, not go to zero, but pull back dramatically after the drop. We see this is below the 0.07 original mint price, which is like 0.08 after gas. So we're like 50% down from that mint price. But the interesting thing here will be that we're seeing really big purchases come in where, the highest last sales are everywhere from 10 ETH to 3 ETH. And I'm just looking through this. A lot of these weren't, when we did this video yesterday morning, we didn't see a lot of these sales in like the 1 to 2 range, but we're seeing a lot of these sales for these very limited number or very like one of ones. So exciting to see that for the project. But again, a lot of these projects that drop, you see, a lot of volume at the beginning, then there's a drop off, things get quiet. And when things get quiet, it's usually the best time to buy them, because when there's news or something announced, the price will, go much higher. But that's not financial advice. Buy what you like, do your own research. Looking at VeeFriends right now, the price action continues on the floor for all these cores. We did see a couple like gift goats go yesterday. But really important that as Ethereum moves, 10 and 20% swings, there are still buyers coming in spending, anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 to pick up a way into the conference as well as be part of the community. That's super exciting to see. Meebits, totally worth a discussion real quick here. The floor is still down around like 1 or a little over 1. But we're seeing a lot of price action off of the floor. A lot of the projects we just discussed were a lot of the buying's happening just above the floor, just barely above the floor. But Meebits, we're seeing stuff going for like 5, 6, 3, and then there were some that rolled in, I think, on the Larva Labs Meebits website yesterday for more. So that's exciting to see. The one segment that I will say I've been keeping a really close eye on are the hoodie up Meebits, which only have 407 of the 20,000 that are out there. I think these will definitely be like premium, as we saw with the Punks hoodie. Punks and people who enjoy wearing hoodies, the hoodie up definitely has a premium purchase price, and it's always kind of cool, and it's always going to be in demand. I think these punks are, on the low end, possibly underpriced, but on the way up as we see this price action come back, still a good area to keep an eye on. Looking at gutter cats real quick, no real price change there. A lot of people trying to flip out, it looks like, and get into other projects. Punk's comic is up from 0.24 a couple, I think like a week and a half ago was down at 0.24, up to 0.34 almost. I took a real quick look at the activity this morning. It seems that a lot of people over the last 12 hours have been purchasing at the floor, driving that price up. If we look at the floor real quick, it doesn't take a lot of purchasing to push us closer to 0.4. And if that happens, 0.5 is probably not out of the question for the floor. So interesting to see is we're getting more people educated on the space and they're looking for high quality projects. This is obviously one that comes up in discussion. So I do expect that floor to go up as usual. Deadheads also holding the floor from those previous drops. Was interesting to see a lot of discussion about delayed reveal. I did see a lot of people that I know who purchased this, just get out of it. They realized that there was some risk involved. They take the, couple dollar win that they could get off of the minting price and then, look for something that was less risky. I agree with that. I think if you're going to have a delayed reveal, it feels kind of like a lottery, and you should know what you bought right away. Meebits also looking at CryptoPunks. Like I said, Meebits, we saw a lot of price action. CryptoPunks were also seeing a lot of price action. Floor still at 17, but on the buying side of things, we saw that zombie come in. We saw the Sotheby's sale end, and we're seeing some like VRs, smoking, stringy hairs are going, cops going. So there's purchasing power happening in that economy. Obviously, these are not cheap assets. They're $30,000 to $50,000, up to $1 million being bought. So exciting to see that. A real quick look at the cryptocurrency market. It is slightly down this morning from yesterday's kind of pullback that we saw from like the 2200 range for Ethereum, pulling back to at a low just above 2000, and then coming back to 2060 this morning. Yeah, like I said, we will see probably some sort of drastic move in the prices going into a holiday weekend. It usually works that way. I'm certainly not a trader and a price analyzer. There are other people that do that. I'm happy to link to their channels below, but always do your research and know what is happening in the market. Two quick things for housekeeping. There will also be a lot of people tweeting about this morning. I just wanted to bring it up. I'm not a coin and trading channel like I've mentioned before, but for the good of the community, I think it's worth mentioning that the scams that are happening and influencers that are pushing coins, we see Elon tweet about coins and the prices go up. We see celebrities tweet about coins. It's important to know that CoffeeZilla has put out a really good video this morning analyzing the allegations against FaZe and what they've done promoting coins and then instantaneously selling them. It's just going to be a discussion today. Understand that this is what is being referenced. I'll link it below. Definitely worth a watch, and CoffeeZilla is certainly worth a subscribe. And then the last thing here, because I know there are a lot of people listening on audio only in the morning, but some of you have not been aware. We have started putting out these videos as audio only podcasts. You can find us on a bunch of different streaming platforms. We will be on Apple shortly here, but I hope if you can take a chance and just subscribe or listen to that if it's interesting to you. I've appreciated all of the love I've gotten this week. It's been like tremendous. But thank you again. That's kind of the news for yesterday into today. Yeah, and I hope everybody has a good 4th of July, and I will catch you on Monday.